Hello guys, welcome back. It's your girl Hunty, it's your girl Hunter, and I'm back with another video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. All my returning subscribers, what is good? And all my new subscribers, make sure you guys hit the like, comment, and subscribe button down below if you enjoyed this content. So today we are going to be talking about how to set goals, but more so how to make sure you're being intentional with the goals that you're setting. So I kind of wanted to share with you guys what I have been doing to set my goals and kind of just get my mind in the right place, because I know that setting goals and just thinking about it can be like overwhelming, or you just like, I know I've been in a place before. I'm like, well, where do I start? Like, do I just make a list? Like, how can I make this process more intentional, but a lot more enjoyable and easier and not a stressful thing? Setting goals should not be stressful. It shouldn't stress you out. It should motivate you and make you happy and all that good stuff. So today I want to share with you guys how I've been setting my goals, but making them very intentional with the things that I want to accomplish and just all of that good stuff. So we're just gonna get into it. I feel like for me, for the month of June, I really was like, we're getting after it. We are going after it. The month of May was crazy. I graduated college. I was doing some traveling. I was really busy. I had a great time, but now I'm like, okay, now is the time for me to like really focus on myself and get just more motivated and inspired again. So basically how I broke down how I was gonna set my goals for the month of May was I pulled out my laptop. I have it right in front of me. I pulled out my laptop and I literally wrote down, I made a list and I organized everything. So I'm going to tell you guys how I organized everything. So I started off with having like different sections. So some of my sections consisted of social media, so like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that. I had another section for like spiritual goals, personal goals, physical goals. So I had about like 4 different subheadings, sub areas. Let's start with talking about physical goals. So for me, I told myself, you know, summer's here, whatever. I just want to start eating a little bit more, being more intentional with what I'm putting into my body and making sure I'm exercising regularly, because with school and everything, I was not exercising. I was in the house, I wasn't moving my body, and I feel like that contributed a lot to me being sad, overly stressed, and just a hot mess. So I have made it a conscious decision to make it a goal of mine to make sure that I am actively working out every day, if not every day, then every other day, whether that's going on runs, going to the pool and swimming, just something like that for me. Alter it to your life and make it work for you. I know for me, I'm about to start working my 9 to 5 next week, and my life is going to, like, my schedule is going to kind of be a lot different than what I'm used to, but it's still very possible, and I can work out even when I'm working. So that's just one thing. But for the most part, my physical goals for this month, but what I want to add into the rest of my life, is just being more healthy, working out, just being more intentional with what I'm doing with my body, what I'm putting in my body, how I'm exercising, and just stuff like that. So my next 2 goals, I'm gonna kind of mold them into one, but I did separate them in different categories. One of them was my spiritual goals, and the next one was my personal goals. I feel like my personal and spiritual collides into one, because my spiritual being, like who I am, is me. It's not separate, it's who I am. So I kind of like combine those into one after I made the 2 different lists. So for me, like I said, I was really struggling with staying consistent with like my meditating, my journaling, just like positive words of affirmation, and just like really focusing on my spirit. I let that go over these past couple months, because like I said, I was under a lot of stress with school, and I just wasn't taking care of myself mentally at all. And it happens, and like I said, you recognize it and you move forward. But just for the sake of this video, I'm going to be bringing it up a lot more because it will just make more sense. I've been making it a conscious effort to be more intentional with my free time. Again, I love social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I'm on it a lot. A lot of the times I'm on it, I'm trying to plan content, I'm getting inspiration from other people and stuff like that, but I want to be way more intentional with how I'm spending my free time. So like today, for instance, this morning, while I was like making my breakfast, getting ready, doing my makeup, I was listening to a lot of spiritual videos. I was listening to a lot of people talk about manifesting, talking about finding their higher selves, talking about divine feminine energy and just stuff like that really resonates with me and stuff that's really interesting to me. I made sure that during my free time I was listening to something that was intentional for me. Now don't get me wrong, I be on TikTok sometimes watching the craziest videos and just laughing, having a great time, but I want to make sure that a lot of the things that I'm listening to during the day and a lot of things that I'm watching is beneficial to my higher self and just my overall well-being as a person, if that makes sense. Some more spiritual goals for myself. I guess I kind of want to talk more about the spiritual goals because it ties in right with my personal goals. I just want to educate myself a lot more on the things that I'm really in tune and interested in. Lately I've just been feeling like this different force of energy, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm just really in tune with my energy and other people's energy. Like, it's very different. If we see each other, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But I've just been really in tune with it. Like, I've been seeing some angel numbers, and it was kind of freaky because the other day I was at the pool and I checked my phone and I saw this particular set of numbers, and I was like, I've been seeing them so frequently, so recently. I'm like, it's a sign. And I've just been like trying to tap into that higher self, that other part of myself. But another part of my spiritual goals for this month is just educating myself more on like aligning my chakras and just educating myself more on that whole thing. I really want to work on healing my heart chakra and just opening it up. So that's another one of my goals that I've been working on, and just something that I really want to invest my time in, which is what I was doing this morning. I was listening to some really good YouTubers that were talking about chakras, aligning yourself, and just getting your mind right. Another thing that I've been wanting to work on is just educating myself more on like the law of attraction and just stuff like that. I may not be talking about it 24/7, but I can tell you it's going on in my mind 24/7. So that's another thing that I've just been like thinking about like constantly. But yeah, a lot of my spiritual and personal goals have just been like making myself a better person and just allowing myself to feel emotions and just allowing myself to be happy. I don't know how many times I feel like a lot of us deal with it. We don't allow ourselves to feel, and we don't allow ourselves to be happy. And I've noticed that recently, like even within the past couple weeks, how I've had people tell me, Hunter, like, you don't allow yourself to be happy, or Hunter, you don't ever talk about the things that make you happy. And it's like, it's true. And I realize that's something that I want to work on and I want to fix, because I don't want to be that type of person, because I'm full of love. And I love to give love and I want to receive love, but I know that I can't receive it if I'm not allowing myself to feel and allowing myself to express. So that's something we're working on. We're working on releasing and receiving, okay, honey? Releasing and receiving, okay? Something we're working on, but yes. But then another one of my goals was social media. So for you, if let's say you're an athlete, it could be like your athletics, or let's say you're in school still, it could be like your education, or I don't know, let's say you're like any of your hobbies or whatever. I made that another separate goal. So I made YouTube and like social media its own thing, because I wanted to separate it from like some of my other stuff. So I wrote everything down. I'm telling you, write everything down. Do your scripting, do your manifesting. But I wrote all my goals out as if I already have them, as if I've already received them. So I was writing and I was talking about how, you know, on YouTube, this summer I want to start posting 2 times a week. I want to start getting a lot more content out there, because the more content I get out there, the better my results are becoming. So that was another goal, just being organized and just really just doing what I want to do. Whatever comes to mind, whatever feels right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna post it, I'm gonna talk about it, and whoever receives it, and if they like it, that's all that matters to me. But the end all goal for this video was just for me to kind of express some of my own personal insights as to how I'm making my own goals be very intentional to myself. But I also want to show you guys how, you know, your goals don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be this long list. Like, you can do whatever you want to do. If you want to do it like I did it, separate it up into 4 different categories, do that. If you just want to do a long list, do that. If do whatever you feel as though you need to do in that moment. So that's what I did. But I just wanted to show you guys and kind of give you guys an example of like how I separated my goals, because I know it can be like really overwhelming and like overthink it, but don't overthink it. It's okay. If you haven't made your goals yet for this week or for this month, get a notebook, write them down. So I've been really trying to work on that, but definitely write it down on your laptop. I write things down in my notebook. You can do daily goals. Writing down your daily goals, just the things you want to accomplish for the day, is really good, and it helps me stay on track. Writing down weekly goals, so the things that you want to accomplish for the week, that's another way to really keep you on track too. And then doing monthly goals, yearly goals. There's no limit. There is no limit. There's no set rule to what you can do and like what you can't do. You're in control. The power is within you. But yes, guys, this was just some of my insight on how to be and how to set really intentional goals. I feel like the more organized you are, it can help you be more intentional with what you want to accomplish and what you want to get done. But yeah, so I hope you guys like this video. I definitely want to start talking more about my own spiritual journey, because I feel like I'm in the process of my own spiritual awakening, but we can talk about that in a completely other video. But I hope you guys like this video. I just wanted to share with you guys some of my goals that I have for myself this month, but also help you guys and give you guys ideas and tips on how you guys can set up your own goals and how you can organize them and stuff like that. But I will see you guys next time in my next video. And like always, if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and you subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.